What's going on, everybody? Alan Rex coming to you live with another video. And now I'm about to give my official NBA Finals prediction. I've been telling y'all I was going to do it for a while. And you know, my computer has been destroyed. Like, it's like the screen is like just totally out. Like, it's done. Like, the screen is done. So I did as much as I can, just gathering as much information and as much facts as I can that I've written down. And, you know, y'all just bear along with me and just, you know, continue to just support. You know, like I say all the time, you know, I'd rather be hated for telling the truth than to be loved for lying all the time. You know, a lot of these channels just like to lie, and a lot of them are just like, you know, just programmed. But I'm going to get right into it. I just think the Cavs are going to win. You know, I think the Cavs are going to, it's going to be like I think the Warriors will go up 3-0, and then the Cavs are going to come back and win 4-3. You know, it's all to, I believe it's all to, pretty much show LeBron's greatness. You know, this is what they want to do. They want to use things to use storylines, and this is what they've been doing for years and years and years. It's just using storylines to make a person seem, you know, especially like with LeBron James, they want to make him seem so, it's almost like God in a way, you know, it's almost God-like, you know, and it would actually take more than just one person to do something incredible. It's almost like a superhero story. You know, they're creating superhero stories. They're not using cartoons though. It's called the television program. You know, people are being programmed. They're using storylines and they're programming the mind. You know, a lot of people aren't going to believe it. You know, they just believe it's all about perception. You know, people just believe what's in front of them. You know, so if they see something going on, like they don't care about the things that's behind the scenes. Like, everything that I look up is just pretty much information that I find. You know, information that you can go look for yourself, and you can find this on, you know, like, for example, like I guarantee to the average fan, they go for the casual fans that don't care about this stuff. All they care about is what they see on TV and what they can program you to believe. And like I've been saying, like, you can go watch my old videos and you'll see where I predicted Kevin Durant. I'll show you guys the evidence where I predicted that Kevin Durant would go to the Warriors, and they're just trying to build it up so LeBron James could beat these guys, and it's going to just show his greatness. That's what they're doing. Even with like a recent video that I did, as far as like, I told you that the Celtics are ranked 13th defensively. There's no way that the Cavs should be, you know, it should be a dogfight. You know, that this Cavs team is just horrible defensively. You know, it's terrible defensively. And like I said, I've been saying they're going to do whatever they can to make sure the Warriors and Cavs get to the finals. It's all about marketing. You know, it's about marketing. ESPN is called Entertainment Sports Programming Network. Programming. They're programming you to believe everything, right? It's a program. You program a computer to operate, you know, the way like you want it to operate. You put programs in there, you know. And Walt Disney owns ESPN and ABC. Remember I told you that the NBA is partnered with ESPN and ABC, right? You know, Walt Disney owns 80% of ESPN, and they own ABC. I told you that the NBA is partnered through ESPN and ABC. You know, the finals, it comes on ABC. You know, ESPN, you always see them. They've been pushing the Michael Jordan and LeBron storyline all year long. All year long, they've been pushing this storyline constantly. People, of course, they're not going to believe it, but it's the mass. They promote this stuff to mass media. They market it. They sell storylines. You know, people watch ESPN. That's where they go to for their sports news. That's where they go. They program you guys. Like, that's what they do. But, you know, if you don't believe it, then that's fine. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's hard to make somebody believe something when they've been taught something their whole entire life. My dad, he's finally started to like believe it. Like I was able to talk to him and finally show him and realize, like, after he seen what happened last year, he just was like, all right, man, I see that what's happening. Like, I see what's going on. Like, he finally opened his eyes, and, you know, he's starting to actually see it. You know, it's right there in front of you if you go look for it. But some people are just so far gone, you know, that you can't help them, you know. So what people don't know is also Nike signed a 8-year deal with the NBA, you know, to become the official apparel supplier. You know, it says here, if you go to, just type in Nike and NBA on Google, you know, just type in Nike and it'll take you to the official NBA site. And it'll tell you that Nike and NBA have a marketing, global merchandising agreement. It's a partnership, you know. So Nike will be the official on-court apparel provider. This is beginning in 2017, but also it says Nike have been a global marketing partner of the NBA since 1992 and expands its rights over 8 years and under the new agreement. So Nike is has a global reach of people all over the world. And what people also have to realize is Nike owns the Jordan brand. So when people say, well, it's all connected, like it's all connected. You know, all of this stuff it's pretty much, it's a connection. You know, they've been selling storylines all year long. They're selling the fact that they're trying to push this agenda that Michael Jordan, that LeBron James is far greater than Michael Jordan. They're trying to build him up to surpass him. And they're probably going to have somebody come along years after LeBron James and make that person greater than, you know, LeBron James and Michael Jordan. They're pushing this agenda, this storyline. They're trying to sell it. That's what they do. They sell it to the public and people buy into it. That's what they do. They get the views off the people. Like, you have to actually do a lot of research in order to, you know, build it. If, you know, I just wanted to get the prediction out of the way because I knew it's a lot of people that just want the prediction and just, you know, go off of it. In all reality, this Warrior team should destroy them. And that would make me believe, like, I would come back here and say, okay, I was wrong about everything. And the reason I would say that is because this Warriors team has led the league in defense, block shots, whether you want to believe it's just regular season or whatever. Even in the playoffs, this team has been, it's a phenomenal team. You got 4 All-Stars. You got Kevin Durant, who's been the MVP. You got Steph Curry. And what I tell you guys in one of the recent videos, I said that Celtics game should have been a lot closer. I said that LeBron James, that game, everything, it was all just a storyline for you guys to tune into the next game. I said LeBron James, and it's all to show LeBron James' greatness. And that's what it did. And that's what and when he came back, it made you tune in to watch, and he surpassed Michael Jordan record. You know, but like I said, people don't see it. So like I said, you're programmed to believe this stuff. You know, they could sell the fans a story. You know, they sold when LeBron James went back to Cleveland, it was all just a story to make it. It was all, you know, roses to soften up the image and to love him all. When you, like, I told my dad this before LeBron went to, I told him he was going to go back to Cleveland. Like, everybody called me crazy. Like, they always called me crazy. Like, they always, even when I predicted that Kevin Durant, like I showed you guys, when I predicted that Kevin Durant would go to the Warriors, people called me delusional. They called me crazy, you know. So, like I said, they love you, then they hate you, then they love you all again. It's all to manipulate the fans. That's what they're doing. They're manipulating you guys for as much money as they can to sell it to you guys. You know, it shouldn't even be close. LeBron James, he quit on his team. No matter how you cut it, slice it or dice it, he quit on his team. If I played with you guys and let's say we all played on a team and we're up, let's say we're up by like, we're winning, or, you know, you guys aren't helping me, or it's just something going on, and I just decided to quit on you guys. Like, we're playing the game or we building something, and I just quit on you. No matter how I quit. You get what I'm saying? But the media will sell it as if, he didn't quit, as if he needed help, or they'll try to make something up to soften the image to make you believe it. You know, like they say LeBron James elevates the players around him and make them better and blah, blah, blah. If he elevates the players around them and make them better, then what would he leave for in the first place? Why would he need other all-stars when he could uplift the guys that he have and win? That doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense. You know, you're not about to sit up here and tell me, like, to me, that's why I think it's going to be scripted. You know, let me see how much time I have left. Yeah, so that's why I believe it's going to be scripted. You know, I'm going to do a part 2 because I don't want this to be, you know, I want to be able to talk for as long. So I'm going to cut this video and I'm going to go into a part 2.